Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Oh shit. So I already touched on it, but I just want to talk about how excited I am about the last third of this hero roster. For the most part, they're all heroes that I play, and it's gonna be a really good time. I won't have any I hope I won't have any more super stressful videos like the Lunara one. But that being said, welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we are going to be playing some Rexxar, one of my favorite characters to be added to the game in recent times. He kind of introduced the idea of controlling two characters, but one character is more important than the other one. In reality, I guess it's Rexxar, but in everyone's heart, you have to keep Misha alive. What happens to Rexxar doesn't really matter. Yes, it does. It does matter. We are going to be playing him today with what I believe is the build that I theory crafted way back in the day. Now, he doesn't have a ton of talent diversity. He kind of has two paths that he can follow, one to jungle more adequately and the other to just be a monster in team fights. And I typically go with the team fight build. Weird. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Black Hearts Bay today. I haven't said that in so long, and it feels good. I think we're in the right spot. I think you can see the health just fine. I think we're doing okay. Man, I missed this map. That StarCraft event, man, it was a lot of fun, but the StarCraft event also took my favorite map out of rotation. At level 1, I do believe that we are going to go for Hunter-Gatherer. Let's see. What has happened to Rexxar in recent times? Well, basically, he was added to the game and he was a hot fucking mess. Kind of like Zarya, actually, a lot in that regard. But it took some time, but they were able to make him really good. To the point that some people now consider Rexxar to be the tippy top of the top tier. I don't know if I agree with that, but I do think he is a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and slow down this enemy team's Butcher, try to get some damage in on him, and continue to micro our Misha where she needs to go, which in most cases is going to be directly on top of Lieutenant Morales. No, we're not making some kind of adult film, but we do have to apply a lot of pressure to their Morales basically all the time. In 1 second, the chests will spawn, and we can go ahead and start to collect some coins for the friendly team. So, he started out without the ability to micro Misha. I mean, he kind of could. I say kind of, like... kind of is a very vague statement, and it was a very vague way of microing the bear, so I feel like it is appropriate. What you had to do was Misha would attack whatever you were attacking, right? That's not too big of a deal. But your attack range was so slow that oftentimes you couldn't actually send Misha on high-value targets because you simply could not get to these high-value targets. So what this caused you to have to do is attack move, so do an A left click onto a target. Does it still work? Are you following me? Okay, she's following me. So attack move onto a target. No, it was, I remember how to do it, I'm sorry. You right click a target to send Misha after it, like that Zarya there. So Misha's going because I right clicked. And then I would have to attack move other things, but Misha would stay put on Zarya. It was extremely awkward to do. And they pretty much decided that they fucked up. And actually addressed this pretty quickly. Let's see if Misha will stun these guys for me. I think she might lose her life for it, but she did it protecting me. And I appreciate it. They want me to turn in. They are right. I'm on my way. Sergeant Hammer's gonna turn. That's even better. Because I don't have to do anything. Good body block there from Manubrak. Eventually, she did gain the Misha Focus ability, which is hysterical when you realize the history of the fact that you couldn't make her focus. like the name of that ability is so good if you realize how far Misha has come. And this allows you to just target a player like the Butcher here with Misha. She'll get a red icon above the target and just go to town. Just start hitting the shit out of that player. I have not been focusing on region globes, and I'm so sorry. I just noticed. My bad. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that. Also, you have other ways of moving her around with your traits. So you could tell her to follow you, which I'm doing right now. Or you could tell her to just kind of be around in the area and do whatever. Basically, if you have her attacking someone, like the enemy team Sumuro, by the way, first day he's been added to the game. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays out. If you have Misha on a target like Sumuro, you can basically just call her back with your trait whenever you need to. He is going to make it out of there, and our Karazim is going to die. He was close. He was close. The Butcher charging it on us, so we're going to need to call back Misha right away. We'll have her stun the Butcher, and then we can simply get out. This is a decoy. We can simply get out of town. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way back with my 4 coins and try to get out of here. We can micro Misha a little bit when we are recalling. I mean, we could tell her to go attack stuff. Misha does have a leash range, which can be indicated by Misha focus. So it's basically the whole screen. You get a screen to work with. This was increased within the past year. Rexxar's auto attack range was increased in the past year. We also had changes to his health and health regen. So basically, they took a look at his kit, realized it had some really, really big flaws, and tweaked how some of it works, and also tweaked the way that Misha is controlled. We're kind of overextending here, but I think we'll be okay. We'll just slow down their Sumuro and chill. We are going to go for Aspect of the Beast now. Who are they hitting? Oh, Nub went in. Nub was like, fuck it. Going in, team. This is it. We do have 8 coins as a team. I'm going to go ahead and put 4 of mine in just to make sure we don't lose those. Now, one of the beautiful things about Misha is that you can have her scout up ahead and just check that out. So if anyone does rotate down, we get a little bit of early warning now, which is pretty fucking cool. Now, Rexxar's other abilities. He has his Q ability, which is Spirit Swoop. It's a straight line skill shot. Will fire a bird at a target. If the bird hits a target, they will be slowed and take a small amount of damage. It's really not that big of a deal. I'm assuming I could do this because the real Sumuro is the one with the coin, right? So let's just like stun him. let's just do that. And now I guess he'll leave with 2 coins, but hey, I'm not dead. That's good, right? Not being dead's pretty good. The friendly team does collect enough coins to turn in. God, I missed this map. And that turn in actually should give us enough XP to kind of catch up to the enemy team. They were starting to pull slightly ahead. Morales is so broken only when their entire team is melee to protect her. Which is kind of what we queued into here. I do want to talk about the matchmaking system a little bit, but we're going to wait. The W ability for Rexxar is a skill shot stun. Which you can direct and actually stun a wide number of players. I believe this is one of the first stuns in the game that could actually hit more than one player at a time, other than a talented Stormbolt on Muradin, or at least that's the impression I got from it. It kind of seemed very unique at the time. I think I'm gonna go for Bestial Wrath here, just to try to deal more damage to the enemy team's Morales. The Boars could also probably do the same thing, but it's not immediate damage, and I just want to apply pressure to her. Then our last ability is our E. This is a heal to Misha. It's just a heal over time. Pretty effective heal. I believe this was buffed at some point too, just making her a bit more survivable. This is his newest StarCraft skin that was added with the... I don't know what the event was called, but the StarCraft event that we just played out with the introduction of Brax's Holdout and Warhead Junction. Pretty cool. I think it has a picture of May on Misha's butt. Pretty sure. Turn in res. Oh. I think he's talking to me, team. I think he's talking to me. And I'm gonna make it look like I'm not going there to the entirety of the enemy team. Hey, good at this game. Gotta go turn it now. Do they know? No, I don't think so. They're all kind of hanging out in the bottom lane. Someone is in the cocoon down there. Maybe we want to go in and actually team fight. I don't know. Yeah, we'll turn it. And we'll have Misha scout the smoke, just to make sure that the enemy team isn't going to flank up and try to get behind me, which they are not. So now we can start to move Misha in. Here we go. We did lose our Nubrak, so all of a sudden, my safety line is way further back, and as you can see, the Butcher was very much aware of that too. We're actually body blocking the Butcher here with Misha. We can go ahead and stun him. Bestial Wrath is active, so we're going to be dealing a lot of damage here. And we pick up a kill on Thrall as well. Now, their Zarya was probably a little too far out forward there if I was actually microing Misha properly. I was having a bit trouble there. But this is a hell of a lot better than Misha was a few weeks ago. Misha actually completely lost the ability to like move around anything for a while. She was basically being body blocked by everything, and this was a change that came out of nowhere. Like one patch, she was just fucking fine, and the next patch, well, Misha can't walk through minions. Obviously, it wasn't intended, and it was something that was addressed and fixed, but it was just kind of weird that this massive game-breaking bug for Misha just kind of came out of nowhere and kind of made Rexxar, I was gonna say a little unplayable, because I think it's pretty accurate. Now, I do think that right now, if you are looking to play Rexxar, this is the best possible time to fucking do that. With some changes to some generic talents, he has become, in my opinion, this is the best he's ever been. I really do think that. I wonder if Karazim can keep the Butcher away from me long enough not to die. We'll go ahead and stun him so the Butcher's brand doesn't work. 7-sided strike, there we go! That's gonna get the kill. Good job, Misha, you did it. I have a very passive playstyle with Rexxar, extremely micro-intensive. I can't body block quite well enough with Misha, which is something that I would like to work on, but I just move a lot. I make sure the bear is exactly where I want her to be, and I have been slacking on that a little bit this game. Also, still massively behind where I should be with Hunter-Gatherer. I should be done already. There's no reason to split these coins up. I guess that was my fault. If Sergeant Hammer already had coins, we should have just given all of the coins to Sergeant Hammer. That way, only one person has to channel, and I kind of fucked that up. That's my bad, team. I am gonna go ahead and pop Bestial Wrath here. Just charge in Misha on these guys and start to disengage, because this is a hell of a lot of damage that I don't want to fucking deal with. But we do see Thrall at the top of the screen. We'll just go ahead and try to stun him. And switching over to Morales now, because she's very out of position. That's going to be a kill. Thrall running away with the stim pack. Let's go ahead and try to get some ground on him. We are going to stun him with Misha. Misha should be able to take him down, I think. Actually, he's running very, very quickly. Not sure which one of these is the real Sumero and which one is the fake, but I do know that I'm very out of mana here, so we don't have a ton of time to figure it out. Misha is stunned, and I cannot heal her, so we are going to have to leave. Just saying. Be right back. Be right back. I'm just gonna grab this, and then I'll be right back, team. I'll be right back. I have to keep the bear safe. You understand? You understand? Let's see, what else kind of happened with Rexxar? There were some interesting bugs that kind of came to light, other than the body blocking one, with the release of Medivh. With the release of Medivh, I don't think the developers accounted for the UI, or the AI, excuse me, the artificial intelligence, the bots. I don't think the game developers really took into account how bad Polybomb could fuck those over. Because when Misha was released, when Medivh was released, if he polybombed Misha, she would reset to following Rexxar. Her AI would just go back to default follow mode, kind of like it is right now. You couldn't tell her where to go, and she would just stick on you. Now, this is a problem because Polybomb has a radius, and when that radius overlapped with Rexxar, all of a sudden Rexxar was polybombed too. While Rexxar was polybombed, he can't micro Misha away. So we had this perpetual loop of a polybomb that could not fucking stop. Basically, if you polybombed a Rexxar right when Medivh was released, that Rexxar was crowd controlled for the rest of the fucking game. And that's not like, oh yeah, it was a really long time. No, for the next 20 fucking minutes of your life, you were stuck in a goddamn polybomb, and that's what you do now. Congratulations. Let's try to stun some of these Sumero copies. Good lord. I really want to deal some damage to this medic. I just can't I'm trying. I just can't fucking, like, stick the bear to her. The enemy team is in a tight-knit ball. They're dealing so much damage. But you know what? We kind of have an answer for that coming up. Primal Intimidation. Rexxar's imposing presence. Basically, he has imposing presence that he can put on Misha, which allows him to slow down the attack speed of enemies that aren't even next to him, which is what imposing presence does on every other hero, which should allow us to put Misha right in the middle of the enemy team and completely stop all of their auto attack damage. Not completely, but you know, massively reduce all of their auto attack damage. This is a pretty big fucking deal when you consider that every single person on the enemy team is melee. I'm gonna try to sneak this turn in really quick. I think we got it. Yeah. So if we position Misha properly, activate our primal intimidation, this should completely nullify most of their damage. Here we go. Oh, I had a good body block there, but let's not focus on that. So primal intimidation is out now, and unfortunately, I think I'm still gonna be killed. Nah, Misha's got me. Misha's got me. So does Sergeant Hammer. Sergeant Hammer, get in there doing some work. Nicely done. Very nicely done. I'm having a hard time clicking on those coins. Now, this is kind of a big deal. This is a talent that was not in my original theory crafting video, simply because they want me to turn in now. I mean, I might die, but okay. Simply because Feign Death was better in every way. Feign Death is basically an ice block that allows you to still control Misha. It's super strong. Still very strong right now, especially against characters like the Butcher. The Butcher has to target you, track onto you with the charge, and you can interrupt that charge with ice block. So it was a bit of a risk to go for the primal intimidation, but that ability to slow down everyone's attack speed on the enemy team is so valuable. And to be able to do it from safety. Because of course, if Misha dies, it's only 25% of a normal hero death. So it's not like we're feeding a ton of XP to the enemy team if we miss micro just a little bit. Still doing a terrible job getting these region globes. I don't know what's happening to me. I haven't played all weekend. This is Tuesday at the time of this recording. Last time I played was Thursday of last week. I did take some time off. Some friends came into town, and we spent a lot of time at Universal in Orlando. I was just trying to take it easy, get away from some shit, you know what I'm saying? My life's been a little stressful lately. Looks like the enemy team is going for boss right now, and there's nothing that I could personally do to stop them. So, I'm not going to just give. No, we could... No, you're going into... This is a 2v5. You're just gonna die. What do you... This is what you don't do when you know the enemy team's gonna get boss or die. Okay. Okay. It's what you don't do when you know the enemy team's gonna get boss. First of all, boss on Blackheart's Bay is complete trash. And what it does is it'll come up here and it'll stun. I like how the nub is telling me not to be a retard. Let me educate everybody real quick. The boss will come up here and stun and only hit the fucking wall. Notice the towers took absolutely no damage. It will continue to do this until the wall is killed. This gives you ample time to completely kill the boss, especially if you have 5 people on your team that are able-bodied and not dead. This gives you ample time to kill the boss before it can even think about getting the towers killed. Notice, even with a number deficit here, we were still able to push back the enemy team. Who would have guessed? The enemy's Sumeru has been taken down. Let's try to slow down their Butcher. Doesn't look like we can, but he is gonna die. Now imagine if we had our Nubarak there to counter engage after they push in and didn't go in and fight a 1v5 and then call his team a bunch of stupid people. I mean, let's think about that objectively there for a second, Mr. Opt. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's opt to actually think about our decisions. Oh shit, nailed it! Alright, so we are gonna go with Frenzy of Kalimdor at level 20. which is just gonna like overall increase our kill potential and our damage, and it's just gonna make everything that we're doing already, we're just gonna be better at it. Let's go ahead and pick up those coins. I would really like to get this mercenary camp really quick as well. I'm actually gonna pop Bestial Wrath for this just because we should have a pretty decent window for the next team fight. Actually, they might be going straight for the turn in, so maybe I lied. But he, once again, is outnumbered and does need to be careful. Let's go ahead and grab those coins and make our way over to this. We can send Misha in on the bottom chest and still stand up here with our team and collect those coins just fine as well. In a better circumstance, we're not going to be able to do it here. We're not going to be able to do it here at all. Now, I do think those illusions would just kind of follow Misha around. That's the real one, however. That is definitely the real one. Let's go ahead and... Uh-oh! He popped Bladestorm right as I tried. Misha, don't die. Misha, don't die. Misha, don't die. I think we're okay, team. I think we just need to focus Morales here, and we're going to be okay. Let's go ahead and pop Bestial Wrath. And we should be able to... No, I got out of range. I couldn't stun Morals, but we can finish off the Butcher. That's okay. I wasn't even focusing on the Butcher in front of me. I was focusing on Lieutenant Morales on the other side of the screen. If we go ahead and grab this, it will completely waste a shot, actually. I'm gonna let this kill top. Hold it. Okay, okay, fine. We'll fucking turn in. I don't want to. I don't want to turn in. I want this to push in. Yeah, we're gonna wait, team. Dude, like, come on. Okay, now we're turning in. All right, there we go. If I can hit the building, now I don't waste 3 shots on top for no reason. We can turn these in and go join our team. There's no reason to kill this, but I guess if we delayed that long, then maybe there is. We should just go hit the core. It looks like the core is going to die anyway. So everything I did there was completely meaningless. Anything else I want to talk about with Rexxar? There was one more bug where Dahaka was able to use isolation on Misha, and then isolation would carry over to Rexxar. So if you were to actually just land a very easy skill shot on the bear that's just chasing you directly into something, then you would be able to also isolate the Rexxar. It wouldn't silence him, but it would cut his vision down to basically nothing, so he's kind of tunnel blind. We had the best killing spree of 18. Well, look at us. Our charism did pretty well. Also captured 9 mercenary camps. Was not expecting that. Rexxar is in a great spot, guys. I love this character. I hope I conveyed that through this video. I know I didn't talk to Misha very much. Usually that's my thing. I just baby Misha and I make her feel loved and respected. But we actually had a lot to talk about his changes. He's been in a weird spot when he was released. He's been in a weird spot as like a couple patches ago. But right now, as of this very moment, he's in a fantastic spot. I'm going to say he's excellent. I think this is the best time to play Rexxar if you have any interest in the character. Again, the talents we use today: Hunter-Gatherer, Hungry Bear, Aspect of the Beast, Bestial Wrath, Wildfire Bear, Primal Intimidation, and Frenzy of Kalimdor. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Sorry I was so rusty. Turns out if you don't play for 6 days, it gets a little hard. Game's a little difficult. Up next, we are going to have the newest character added to the roster. We're not going to be able to talk about his history at all, but we will take a look at Sumero. No, we're not going to go back for Alarak because we already passed the A's for Alarak, but we are going to be looking at these 2 characters as we progress. Okay, bye! What a good outro!